So welcome everyone. I appreciate you guys jumping on. My name is Desiree Mamot and I live in Casper, Wyoming. So I'm really thankful for the beautiful weather right now. And I know right now in the world today, there's a lot of things going on and a lot of things that you can be doing, and you could be outside enjoying this weather as well. And I know that there's so many different things, stressors and things that are going on in the world today. And so I believe that this is something that truly is a gift that we all need to know about for so many different reasons. And so I would definitely thank that person who invited you on tonight, because it's been life-changing for me. And I've seen so many beautiful stories and things around me of how this has helped people in so many different ways. And so first off, a little bit about me. I was actually introduced to Lifevantage about 7.5 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but about 7.5 years ago by my beautiful friends, Sean and Michelle Poe. And for me at the time, my life looked very different than it does right now. And I had a great life. I unfortunately have Lyme disease. And so I kind of grew up having different health struggles and just different, I was always trying to be healthy, but I never felt great. And I found that I was kind of the one that was sick a lot and was always kind of looking for answers, and always was drawn to health. I was always drawn to science, and I loved learning about health. And so at that time, 7.5 years ago, when I was introduced to this, I was a mom of 3. I was working part-time as a hairstylist, and was always, like I said, looking for something as far as health. And so when this was presented to me, I was very open, but I was also that person that didn't just jump on board with the next thing, because I loved science. And so I needed to see the science backing it. So when this was shown to me, about 7.5 years ago, when I saw this ABC report, that I'm going to show you, I was totally intrigued by it. And I thought, holy cow, this is a really big deal. And with my health, I knew I had to get these products in my body. But what I didn't know is that with that came an entire gift, that this whole company and these products were even a bigger gift than I could imagine. And I'll explain a little bit more of my story as I keep going, just because it kind of has changed, I would say, over these past years, and why it's become even a bigger part of who I am, and why I become absolutely crazy passionate about sharing this. So first off, like I said, text that person or message them who invited you, because if it wasn't for Sean and Michelle Poe inviting me to this, I just can't even fathom where I would be right now. So thank the person for sure. This is not, a coincidence that you're on this. I believe that God puts people in our lives for a huge purpose and a huge reason. And I believe that God gave this gift to me, and now we're here to share it with you all. So first off, Lifevantage, where did it even get started? And I love this. It says, Lifevantage began in a lab with this single question. And it says, is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? And what I've learned over these past years with my own health journey and some other things in my family is that, we don't necessarily have to accept how the genes that we're born with and how our genes are working in our body, that we can actually do things to help them out. And so I love that our company was one of the first to discover that our genes actually contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. So I guess the biggest question, for me, when I saw that, I thought, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that our genes could be changed for the good, and they could be changed for the bad by outside stresses and by food and different things. And we'll talk about that. But, I guess the question would be, what if you could be one of the first people to know about a breakthrough technology and how to actually activate your body? And, and that's exactly what Lifevantage did, is they actually discovered that there are ways to activate our body's own potential to heal itself in order to work better. It's one of those things that we say, yes, we want to live till we're, 80, 90, even 100, but who wants to live longer if they don't feel well? Who wants to live longer? I was kind of in that situation where I thought, man, if this is as good as I can feel, I'm only in my 20s and 30s, what am I going to feel like when I'm in my 80s if I don't do something for my health? And so, I love that our company was one of the first to discover, that we can take nutrigenomics or plant-based products and activate our body's own potential. So, I saw that science behind it. And when I saw this ABC report that I'm going to show you, a little bit of a history on Lifevantage, back in 2003, our products were sold just in retail shelves. And you're going to see, after seeing this ABC investigative report, that putting it in retail is not the way to, share this with people, because this is a bigger deal. This is a huge, huge breakthrough. And so people need to hear about it from person to person. And so when this ABC report aired back in 2005, it went crazy. There was a flurry, like it says, of media attention. And you're going to see, after seeing this, why it got so much, excitement, and so much people were so excited about it. And then I'll kind of bring you up to date what's happened since then. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
So that was kind of where it got started. And so the crazy thing about it is that everyone did exactly what they said, is that people called in and they went to ABC. They're like, holy cow, if there's truly a product that can reduce oxidative stress or inflammation by an average of 40% in 30 days, we need that in our body. But what happened is that we had about $5 million of orders that came in a really short period. But the problem with that is that there was no infrastructure. There wasn't even this big company. We didn't have, customer service. We didn't have a way of getting it out. there probably wasn't even $5 million in product alone. So the problem is that people, the hype just went away. People didn't know about Protandim. They didn't know about activating your body. But the great thing is that, universities and these prestigious medical centers, they called in and said, we want to study your product. We want to self-fund research on various diseases with your product. And so, that is a huge deal. And I'm going to talk a little more on that in a little bit, but that just doesn't happen. How many times do you see an all natural product being shown on ABC, an actual report, and that it actually ends up positive? That it's not this scam exposure that you see all the time on ABC reports. So when that aired, like I said, it went into retail and it didn't do well because there is a story to be told. You have to have someone you love say, you have got to take a look at this. This is so important that you know about this. And so it just sitting on that store shelf wouldn't do it justice whatsoever. And so it didn't do well. So in 2009 is actually when they switched from retail to direct sales. And the great thing about direct sales is that I simply say that, when you are passionate about something and you love people, you will want to share this with them. And so that's why for me, I couldn't imagine myself 7.5 years ago doing this right now. I would have been so terrified. I'm still nervous, but I would have been terrified. There's no way I would have thought that I could do this. But when you see the passion about behind this company and the people, and that you have that same passion, you have to share it. And so in 2009 is when they completely took it out, and now it's just sold in person-to-person distribution. And we are a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. With our last quarter was the best fiscal year we've had. And we're only growing because people are passionate about sharing this. And so why are people passionate about it? And why do I get so excited? And why did I know that this was something that I had to get into my body and everybody I love? Because this first, what we call a theory of aging, is oxidative stress. And what is oxidative stress? Essentially we say it's rusting from the inside out. It's like when you cut an apple open and it gets brown within seconds. That's oxidative stress or rusting or inflammation. And unfortunately, our body is being bombarded constantly by oxidative stress. And it doesn't matter, even if you're someone like me who ate clean and exercised, my body is producing too many free radicals and too many stressors that just by simply eating healthy alone cannot combat what our body needs. And so unfortunately, as we age as well, our body stops producing the enzymes and the things and the antioxidants in our body that we need in order to combat oxidative stress. So as you can see on the right, oxidative stress affects our body in multiple ways and affects multi-organ. I mean, our entire body is affected by this. And so like I was saying, there's a lot of things that cause it. And a lot of them we can avoid no matter how clean of a life you live. Just walking outside, we say pumping gasoline. I flew on an airplane a couple weeks ago. That exhaust that we get from our cars, cell phones. I mean, talk about putting this, to your head. How much oxidative stress is that causing? Alcohol, toxins, our food is more toxic than it's ever been. You just look at, even overuse of antibiotics, all of these different things cause our body stresses. And so we can't avoid it. And that's what I learned, is that I needed to do something to help my body in a way that I couldn't get from just eating well. So what Lifevantage found is that we are able to activate a switch in our body, and it's called the NRF2 switch or NRF2 pathway. And what this pathway does is absolutely incredible. And what I love personally about this is that it is made up of 5 all natural ingredients. And from a mom standpoint, that was huge to me, because if I'm going to put this in my kiddos' bodies, I need to know, one, that it has things like this label you see on the bottom there, this BSCG, which means that it's not a banned substance, that professional athletes can take it. And the NSF label, meaning that it has the highest standard when it's being produced, that it's checked for things like heavy metals, and that we know that it is exactly what we say it is, because we have people around the world that are studying our product. So I love that about it. What I also love, it's just these 5 tiny ingredients that are activating this switch in our body. And so we can't go to the store. I couldn't go to natural grocers and just buy these separately and make Protandim. That's why we have international and US patents to protect this. Because when you put these 5 together in this perfect blend, they activate this pathway. And the NRF2 pathway is a huge, huge deal. It lowers oxidative stress, or that inflammation, by an average of 40% in 30 days. And it increases our body's own production of survival genes and our own production of our own antioxidants. And the one that I always love to highlight is the one there that you see. It increases glutathione by 300%. And I had never heard of glutathione before. But what I've learned from me specifically, like in diseases like Lyme disease and all of these various diseases, we need to activate our glutathione, because glutathione is the master detoxifier. It's our master antioxidant. It helps in our getting rid of toxins. It helps our body to heal. It helps our body to do so many things. So for me, I knew I needed to be detoxifying my body. Everybody needs to be detoxifying their body better. So if you could increase your own glutathione production by 300%, that should be enough reason that you'll take it for the rest of your life. Glutathione is not something that you can supplement. It's something that you have to get your body to make. It's too large of a molecule. So I love that I can take something and knowing through the science and research that it's naturally supporting my detoxification process. Also, the other incredible thing about this is that by activating your NRF2 pathway, it gives your body its own ability to kill free radicals at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1. So if you look over here on the left side, like I said before, we want people to eat well. That is a huge part of your health. You should never stop eating clean and eating organic and eating healthy. But if you look here, in order to get what Protandim is doing, you would have to eat 11 pounds of blueberries daily, or you can see 375 oranges, or 120 vitamin C tablets daily. Your gut, you might be in the bathroom a lot, but you could try it. But that is not a good approach to doing this. But if you can actually activate your body instead of this 1-to-1 ratio through food, where one antioxidant neutralizes one free radical and then they're done. What if you could activate your body's own natural 1,000,000 to 1 powerful? I mean, that's just, it doesn't even, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's not the same at all. And you can see on the bottom where you see that graph where it says oxidative stress without Protandim and after Protandim. And as you can see, just like John Quinones were in that ABC report, his levels were back to, like they said, of essentially a baby or younger than a 20-year-old, which who doesn't want that? And like I was saying before, when I saw the science part of it, I loved that there were actually peer-reviewed medical studies. My husband works in the cardiology field, and so he was not a very easy person to sell on this. He was not really that excited about, the next best thing. But what I loved is that when he saw that there were places like the American Heart Association putting this in their premier, I can't say that word ever, premier journal, Circulation Magazine, or where he saw that places like Harvard, or you look at like these journals, or you look here at these places like Harvard, Colorado State, Louisiana State. These are big places that are studying or have studied Protandim NRF2 in regards to various diseases. And what I love about that is that I don't have to, be an expert on the science. I just have to tell somebody, you can go to a place called pubmed.gov, and that's where there's over 26 published studies on Protandim NRF2 alone. That is huge. And that's why I believe that we attract some of the most incredible people into our company, medical professionals, super smart people, moms, attorneys, doctors, lawyers, whatever. It's because the science behind this is real. And when people see that, like, wait a minute, this isn't just another thing. Just like I might have thought in the beginning, or my husband might have thought, or many of you might be thinking right now. But this statement right here is one of my favorite things. And I have to share a little bit about my story. And by no means ever anything I'm saying, we do not claim that our any of our products treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate disease. All I'm saying is that I believe when you help your body out and you activate what God already put in there, you have a beautiful pharmacy that he put in there, that when you activate that naturally, your body can do a lot on its own. And so a little bit with my story, my son actually was diagnosed with AML leukemia when he was 7. And that was 5 years ago. In February, he was diagnosed. And that was one of the hardest days of my entire life. But what I loved is that I knew I had things that I needed to put in his body because I wanted to give his body the strongest immune system I possibly could. I needed to activate his genes. I needed to do anything I could to help him. And what I loved is that I actually shared some of those published papers with his oncologist, but I also shared this by Washington State University. This is talking about the NRF2 pathway. This is not our company, did not say this. But what they say is that NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. And I think when you read something like that, when someone else says it, you can see why we get so excited about sharing this, and why I always say I wish that I could download my brain into every person that I know and love, because then you would be as excited about it as I am, and you wouldn't miss it for the rest of your life. I don't miss it for a day. Either do my kids, whether they want to take it or not. Who doesn't want to age more gracefully? So that is the first theory of aging, oxidative stress. The second theory is mitochondrial decline. And I think we all remember back in high school that they always told us, the mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. It's the engine. It's what make our body run, make it work better. But the problem is, same thing, as we age or as we're bombarded with these stressors or disease, that this mitochondria slows down over time. And our body is constantly trying, it's using a lot of energy. We're constantly trying to produce new mitochondria, and we're trying to, keep that engine running. But as we age, it just doesn't work as well. So what Lifevantage found is that once again, there is this pathway or this switch that we can turn on, and it's called the NRF1 pathway. And once again, I love it's 5 simple ingredients. And what I love again about these products is that these aren't giant medicinal doses of these ingredients. These are tiny amounts that are just put together in this blend. So I love that it's like eating food. It's so pure, it's so clean. But when you put these 5 together, the benefits are incredible. You look at improved sleep quality and cellular repair. Look what your body does when it sleeps. Look how it can repair. Look how it gets rid of toxins. I love the other day I was listening about how your brain actually gets rid of toxins and flushes those out while you're sleeping. I mean, that's a huge deal. That's why we need our sleep. If you take it just to improve your sleep, that's worth it. It increases your cellular energy while slowing cellular aging by supporting chromosome integrity. Slowing cellular aging, that's a great, great phrase right there. Supports cognitive and brain health, supports healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. For me, having a husband in the cardiology field, with what he sees every single day, where people are getting sicker and sicker, younger and younger, who doesn't want to help out their cardiovascular system? I mean, all of these things. So I love that our company has just one more product to help our body to heal and to be more efficient. So that's a second theory of aging. The third one is called sirtuin activity. And the whole thing about this is kind of, we're hearing a lot actually about sirtuins. And what we found is that when you increase sirtuin activity, which what you may have maybe heard more about lately is through intermittent fasting, where that has been a huge deal in, you hear that a lot in health and wellness today about intermittent fasting. And what intermittent fasting does is it actually activates this pathway called the NAD pathway and sirtuin by 100%. And this is a really, really big deal because these sirtuins are responsible for the removal of toxins. There's so many things that the body actually needs sirtuins for. And through this pathway or this NAD switch with all 4 of these ingredients that you see right here, it activates your body at 100% the sirtuin activity that supports healthy longevity, improves mental focus and concentration. I mean, I don't know about you, but these days with everything that's been going on in the world, our brains are going all over the place. You hear so many things, and I always say, get off, the news and negativity, because when you feed your brains negative things, that is so unhealthy for your body. So I say put in healthy, take out the bad. Don't listen to the junk. Don't give in, to the negativity, and start giving your body things that are going to help your mental focus, help your mental clarity, boost your mental and physical energy, and help your body's healthy inflammatory response. Inflammation. Everybody needs to get rid of inflammation. So if you could take these 3 products, we call these our tri-synergizer. These 3 individually are absolutely amazing. But when you see what they can do together, it's even crazier. So like I was showing you at the beginning with just NRF2, our flagship product, it activates these genes on their own in a huge percentage. But then when you put the 3 together, it's like dynamite. I mean, the 3 together, I will not go a day without them. Once again, neither will anybody in my family, because just on the left, if you look at that one gene for healthy inflammatory response, everybody needs to get their inflammation down. Whether you're dealing with a health issue now, or like I say, don't wait for the accident to put the seatbelt on. Do it before the accident happens. Help your body to heal better or just be more efficient. So if something comes its way, it's more armed. It's more ready to fight. And so, as you can see, I talk a lot about the science and the products because I am passionate about them. And so real briefly, I'm just going to run through the rest of our products. That's our tri-synergizer. The next one that I love to talk about always is Axio. It is brain food. It is not an energy drink. It is a brain drink. Once again, it's helping our cellular health, helping our brain. It's helping with mental clarity, focus. I needed that dealing with Lyme. I need less brain fog. I need to sleep better. I need more energy. When my son was in the hospital, I needed to be able to make decisions very quickly, and I needed to be level-headed, and I needed to be able to not be completely crazy and emotional at all times. And so for me, Axio gives my brain calming. It helps me to have more energy, more mental clarity. I love this product so much. My kids use it all the time. Next, the probiotic. Our gut is our health. If your gut is not healthy, then it's really difficult for the rest of your immune system and your body to be healthy when 60 to 70% of your immune system is built in your gut. And I learned a lot about that in my research with cancer with my son, or even with Lyme disease or any disease out there. You've got to help heal your gut. And so what I love are the things that are different about our probiotic is that it has something called BioTrack technology. And what that does is it allows the probiotic to get to where it needs to be. That bacteria gets to where it needs to be exactly in the body. It's like a little gobstopper, and it releases different bacteria throughout the body, and they aren't getting killed by these stomach acids and the food we eat. And so most probiotics, you're only looking at, they say like a 4 to 6% the amount of bacteria get to where they need to be. But with ours, it's been proven to show that 60% actually get to where it needs to be. And what I love about that is that, you're not wasting money. I don't want to go out. I spend enough money on things for my family to be healthy that I want to know that I'm actually spending money in the way that I should, that I'm actually getting a product that's helping. And there's other parts of our probiotic that make it so unique. I won't go into every detail right now, but I love that product so, so much. Next, we have a clean omega, and that omega has some added vitamin D. It has omega 6s and 7s. It's incredible. You look for cardiovascular health, for weight management, for the brain. We have to have a good fish oil. And up top there, you see that Vitality Stack. That's actually one of our stacks that contains that probiotic, that omega, and Nerf 2, the flagship product I was talking about, and Nerf 1, which is the mitochondrial product. And so I love that stack. Take that stack and add on NAD and you're set, for everything that you need. Next, hair care and skincare. I did hair for many years, and I was always looking for a clean product to put on my face and on my hair because I was very sensitive to a lot of products out there. And I'm always trying to avoid those toxins. What I love is they took Nerf 2 technology to activate our skin, to make it feel better. I love the clarity, my skin feels because of it. The healing that I believe comes with it. Same with your hair. Activate Nerf 2 for your hair. Who doesn't want to activate their hair? But my favorite thing about this is that if you go to, there's an app called the Think Dirty app, and it actually rates the products in your home. And I would challenge you to actually go to that app and put the products you're using, and you may be surprised just how toxic and dirty they are. But when you put our products in there, it is incredible that they're like at a 0 and a 1 and a 2 on a scale of up to 10 being extremely dirty and toxic. So I challenge you to go do that. I sometimes don't always want to know, but I love having that app to know what am I putting on the skin and my kids' hair and their bodies. Just as much as what's going in their body, it's as important as what's on the outside. And next, activating your pets. I mean, I love giving this to pets. Pets need, to turn down inflammation. They need to help activate their bodies in order to be more youthful and to live longer or live healthier as well. And so I love that product. So, as you can see, I get really excited about the products. And for me, I'm very honest that I didn't look at this for a business. I was not looking for a business. I was not looking for more to do. I didn't have a ton of energy at the time. I had 3 kids. I had a busy husband. I had a part-time work. So I wasn't looking for a job per se. But when I saw the science, I knew that this was something that I would regret not sharing, because I thought, what if I could help people with my knowledge through this? What if this could help someone stay at home with their kiddos? What if this could potentially help someone feel a bit better or age better? And so, right now where we're at in the world today with everything that's going on, I think an at-home business is even more valuable than it's ever been. And what I love about our company is that they have made it so simple for someone like me who hates technology and was terrified to even, do a Zoom, let alone do a meeting like this. I love that they've made it so simple that from my computer, I can run my entire business. From this phone, I could run my business anywhere I want. That I have a replicated website that people can shop from. I can send them a cart. It couldn't be, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And so I'm always joking because my kids are always, having to show me how to work technology. But my favorite thing is, this is easy enough for me, then you can do it. And so when I decided, to share this, I did in my brain, the more I understood this and the more I learned about it, I thought, wait a minute, I didn't think of myself as much of like an entrepreneur at the time. But now I see what people like Sean Poe, who introduced this to me, what he sees. If you look at the wellness right now in our world, people are looking for health and they're looking for wealth because they may have lost jobs, or they may not know where the next paycheck is coming, or they might be like a lot of these businesses that are shutting down because they aren't able to get through these times. And so I am so thankful that I know about something like this, not only for my health, but also for my family and our income. Because you see here, it says 60% increase in wellness sales in the last years. Think about what is it going to be like now after everything we're going through. Look at how many studies on PubMed there are alone, over 220,000 studies that are published on oxidative stress. And you can see that rise has been huge in the last just 10, 20 years. So what's it going to be like in 10 more? And for me, I chose to become a distributor. And what I loved is that I thought, what if I need to share this? And what if God is tapping, on my back going, you need to share this. And so I bought a distributor kit. And the great thing about distributor kits is that you can see here, you have a 31% up to 35% savings. And so for me, I thought, okay, I'm just going to, give this out to the people I love, get this in my friends and my family. And then that might be all it is. But I thought, okay, I'm going to come in on a distributor kit because that seemed the smartest thing to do, because I knew I wanted to take every single product. But little did I know that 2.5 years later, when my son was diagnosed with cancer, that I had to walk away from my entire world for a year. I moved to Denver. I lived there for about 6.5 months, and my life just, kind of crumbled before me. But God had a plan way bigger than what I knew 2 years before that, because what I loved is that, as you can see here, I was getting paid weekly and monthly with leveraged income because I had dug that well before I needed it. And I didn't know about what was going to happen in my life. Just like I'm sure so many people 6 months ago had no idea what was going to happen to our economy and happen to our world. And so I'm so thankful that I did dig that well before I needed to. And what I think is the coolest thing now is that we actually get paid daily. Where else can you put something in a system, enter it in a computer, bless someone's life, and they get paid the next day. I mean, that's insane. I remember when our company was saying that, and I thought, how are they going to do that? And sure enough, they did it. Even during all the chaos going on right now in the world, they did it. And so what I love is that we are publicly traded. Aaron Brockovich is on our board of directors. Our CEO, Darren Jensen, is like nothing out there. He's on the Direct Selling Association board. We are, he rang the closing door on, or the closing bell. Sorry, I just heard my doorbell. Oh my gosh. He rang the closing bell on the NASDAQ back in January. All of these things make our company just beyond just your average company. And what I love is the transparency of our company. So you can see here, there's different ranks within our company. And at a Pro 3, there is an average monthly commission of $626. Right now, that would be absolutely life-changing to so many. Or you look at Pro 5, $3,100 a month. That's a mortgage and a car payment. That's huge leverage income. Or an Elite Pro 7, over $13,000 a month. That is beyond life-changing money. That is, able to quit your job, retire, a spouse from a job that maybe they don't love. So if you're someone that maybe you don't love where you're at right now, this is something that I definitely encourage you to look at this. And like I said, I did not think I could do this. You couldn't have paid me enough money 7 years ago to do what I'm doing right now. But what I found is that, I have a support system and an upline and cross-eyed cousin line, whatever you call it, and an entire group of our corporate, everybody who makes up Lifevantage, is that they are my support system. They have been there for me through the craziest times of my life. I remember prayer calls going on when my son was sick. I remember messages from people that I didn't even know. I remember a chief science officer emailing me about information that I needed for my son. And I thought, this is for real. This is a really, really big deal. And that if you have that burning desire to help people, if you love health and you love helping people, or maybe you're just looking for a change in your life, know that you absolutely can do this. That this is the greatest thing you can be a part of. And so, we always tell people, you might fit into a few different categories. Maybe you're someone like me who is Rolodexing people in your brain, or you see this business and where this is going. We haven't even reached what we call momentum, where the world knows about us. But I believe that this is where medicine is heading, into activation, helping our bodies to heal. So maybe you're those people, get back with the person who invited you and let them know, where you're at. Or maybe you're someone who needs more information. There's so much research out there. It's crazy. Once again, if I could download my brain, everything into your brain, I wish I could do that. Or maybe you're someone who wants to become a customer. 90% of my business is customers. It's building leverage income through customers who see why these products are so important and see, why do I want to take them month after month after month? And that's what I love about this. This is the consumable product that people need every single day. And so I encourage you to, get back with that person, let them know, where you're at, if you want more information or what questions you have, and we're just here to help answer those questions. So I just want to thank everybody for listening in. I'm forever grateful to this company. I'm forever grateful for God for bringing Michelle and Sean into my life and introducing me to this. So I hope that you guys all have a wonderful evening. Stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you soon.